I'm going to show you the 7 best kettlebell exercises to get fit, to get strong, and to do it with just one kettlebell. Why to do them, how they help you, and how to do them correctly. Let's jump right into it. All right, the first exercise is going to be the kettlebell deadlift. Okay, kettlebell deadlift, kettlebell swing, kettlebell goblet squat, kettlebell clean and press, kettlebell get up, and then finishing off with some chest training with the kettlebell chest press. All right, so the first off is going to be kettlebell deadlift. The kettlebell deadlift is a great exercise for total body strength, glute strength, leg strength, core strength, but it's also a great exercise to do to help you progress to do the kettlebell swing, the two-arm swing correctly. All right, so the kettlebell deadlift is an exercise you want to set up right over the bell. You want the bell by your heels. Okay, you want your feet about shoulder width apart. And as you hinge down, you're going to hinge. You're not going to squat. You're going to hinge first. You're going to find your hip crease and your hips here. And you're going to press into your hip crease as you shoot your hips back. All right, so it should look like this. Shoot those hips back. Bell's right here. Okay, so as you do that, and I'll show you from the side. Shoot the hips back. Bell should be right here. And you're ready to go. When you're in the kettlebell deadlift position, you want to make sure your knees are below your hips. Hips are above your knees and below your shoulders, right? Just like this position, okay? So, setting up. Hinge it down. Okay. Hinge. Bell's right here by your heels. Grab the handle. You're going to pack your shoulders, pretend you're breaking the bell apart. And then you stand up tall. And you shoot your hips forward. Glutes locked. Legs locked, everything tight. Come back down. Reset. Power it up. Down. Reset. Power it up. Okay, from the side, looks like this. If you're looking at yourself from the side, the bell, you should be barely able to see it because it's right by your, being blocked by your legs. If it's by your ankles where it should be. All right, you hinge. Grab the bell. Pack the shoulders. Stand up tall. Okay. Next up is the kettlebell swing. The kettlebell swing is an excellent exercise, total body exercise, fat burner, calorie burner, strength builder, athlete builder. It's a ballistic exercise, meaning it's an explosive exercise, and it's an excellent exercise. It's going to make you stronger, fitter, and better overall. It's going to drop a strong core, strong legs, and a strong total body. And this is how you do the kettlebell swing. So taking the kettlebell deadlift first and applying it to the swing, that same motion of powering forward is the same thing you're going to do in the swing. The only difference is the bell is in a different position and it's moving in a different plane. All right, so with the kettlebell swing, you're going to have the bell right in front of you. Okay, instead of about your heels like with the deadlift, you're going to go about foot space away from the bell. Okay, you're still going to hinge. You're going to find your hip crease. You're going to hinge down. Okay, all right, make sure you have enough space between your thighs, or you should be about mid-thigh here, feet about shoulder width apart, okay, right here. And then you're going to reach forward, grab that bell, tilt it back, grab the handles. Again, pretend you're breaking the bell apart, pack your shoulders, and then you inhale, hike the bell back, and explode it up. Just like that. All right, so the steps for that, my 3-step simple setup system for the kettlebell swing is first, foot space away from that bell. Okay, find your hip hinge, hinge it down. Okay, take your hands, place them between your thighs, make sure you have enough space to hinge down. If you're here and they're more towards your knee, it's not far enough. If you're too wide, the right upper thigh, that means you're too far apart. So generally about shoulder width apart, okay? And then from there, you're hinging down. Okay, foot space away. Hinge it down. And then you reach out for the bell. It should be right here. If you touch it with your fingers, you tip it back, okay? You should be able to grip the whole handle with the hands if you got that space perfectly with the foot space away, okay? Hinge. Find that bell, okay? One key tip that I don't see a lot done is core engagement, ab engagement before you do that. So, after you do the foot space away, this is what I do every single time I'm going to do swings. I power breathe, and I shift my hips forward. I'm doing like a slight crunch. My abs are engaged, and then I hinge, and then I reach for the bell, okay? And from here, you're going to inhale, and you're going to hike the bell back. The bell should come behind you, far enough so you can see it. So from this side, you can see the bell. Right back here, right behind me. And then you're going to stand up as fast as you can. Once the bell's behind you, you're going to stand up explosively, and that's going to shoot the bell up, okay? Just like in the deadlift where you're powering it up. The same thing here. You're going to stand explosively and quickly, and that's going to take the bell from behind you, and it's going to shoot it forward as you shift your hips forward. Right? The only difference between the deadlift and the swing is power up here, and with the swing, put space away, hinge, same power movement. Watch that. Watch as I do it, except the bell's in different position, so the bell's going to shoot forward. So stand up, it's tall, just like that. All right, that's the kettlebell swing. One key thing I want you to focus on is your breathing. So 3 steps to the breathing. First one is inhale, hold as you hike it back, and then your explosive breath comes from as you stand up tall. Okay? And then the third breath is inhaling on the way down, sharply through the nose, just as the bell starts to come down, or right as the bell is at the peak of the swing. Not anywhere lower, because that's going to relax your abs and your core, and you want to brace your abs and core to protect your lower back. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so first breathing tip, hinge, inhale, hold, hike it back, explode, and breathe. Okay, just like that. Air in, hold, power breathe out, explosive breath, and then sharp breath through the nose. Keep your abs engaged as the bell comes down. Okay. If you're just starting out with the kettlebell swing, you don't have to do consistent swings. I would recommend doing dead stop swings or single rep swings. So you're going to set the same, everything's the same, except the only difference is you're just going to do single reps, right? So you hinge, okay, reset, you do 3 to 5 reps or so of those, get that down, it's going to get your breathing down, you're going to get that down solid, all right? That's an excellent exercise. Every one of my workouts, most of them, if not everyone, includes the kettlebell swing. All right, next up we have the kettlebell goblet squat. All right, excellent exercise for full leg strength, full body leg strength, core strength, glutes, grip, lats, upper back. You're holding a bell right in front of you, therefore it's gonna try to pull you forward. You have to brace your core. You have to have a strong posture, strengthen your posterior chain to keep yourself upright and to prevent you from falling forward, okay? So those are the benefits of the goblet squat. Of course, you're going to develop strong leg strength and powerful strength if you do it correctly, and this is how you do it, all right? So to set up with the goblet squat, you have to hypo catch the bell from the ground up into the double rack position, as it's called, holding the bell here. So it's going to be right between your toes, right in front of you, okay? Don't mistake it for the deadlift, because if you're trying to pull that bell up and hypo catch it back here, it's not going to be pretty. Don't do that. So make sure you set that bell up right in front of you, right where your toes. It's going to come straight up, using the same power with your hips and glutes to shoot that bell up. So I'll show you from the side, hinge, pack, and then just like a deadlift, power it up, except the bell's in a different position. You're going to continue that power and shoot it up by pulling it up with your hand, using that momentum and shooting it up over here, up onto that rack position. So look, just like this. Okay, straight from the side, from the front now. It should be weightless as you hypo catch it up. Okay, and then you go into the goblet squat. So after you set up the hypo catch, that's step 1. Step 2 is brace, engage, tighten up. Okay, so once you catch it, abs are engaged, you're gonna squeeze that bell, pull your elbows down to the sides. It's gonna engage your lats, these big back muscles you have here. Feet are shoulder width apart, slightly about 10 degrees pointed out, not straight down. That locks up your hips if you're trying to do that. And you want your hips to be free and be able to open up. So 10 to 15 degrees, depending on you. Play with play with the angle, but never straight up and down, okay? And then when you pull down, you inhale, hold, abs engaged, slightly pull down with your legs. Okay, you're slowly pulling down with your legs. And then at the bottom, you're gonna power breathe and power it up. That power breathing, that same breathing motion of the swing is gonna be applied to the bottom of the goblet squat. And the key tip here that I can share with you so you don't bow your knees in as you come up out of the squat is drive your heels in, okay? A chalk on my chest here. Drive your heels in like you're trying to drive them towards each other. They're not going to actually move, but what that's going to do is that's going to activate the outer part of your quads, your vastus lateralis. These part of your quads here, you'll feel it when you do that, and that's going to keep your knees in. So down, drive them in, drive it up, okay? Looks like this. Step 1, hypo catch, elbow my toes. All right. Step 2, locks, tight, abs tight, glutes tight, everything engaged. Make sure my feet are shoulder width apart. Make sure yours are shoulder width apart, right? Inhale, pull down, pause, power it up, corkscrew those heels, just like that. Again, down, up, reset, make sure abs are braced, up, lock it out the top. Legs should be locked, fully straightened, quads engaged, glutes activated, abs, everything, right? Then you just set it down, okay? That's how you do the kettlebell goblet squat. Next up, we have the kettlebell clean and press, okay? So I combine these 2 exercises because they're great to do together, and if you're gonna press it, you have to clean it. You could do 1 clean and several rep presses, or you could do 1 clean, 1 press and keep alternating. That's another level of training. As far as the challenge, it's going to shoot your heart rate up because you're combining the clean, which is a ballistic exercise, and the press, which is a grinding exercise, okay? So these exercises, as I mentioned, the clean is similar to the swing in that it's a ballistic, it's a power movement. You have to take the bell from the ground up to the rack position, and that takes a lot of energy and effort to do that, okay? And then if you press it, you're getting a strength exercise, a grind exercise, and then if you re-clean it and press, and you continue that motion for 3, 4, 5 reps, whatever you're doing, it's challenging your entire body, your abs, your quads, your glutes, your grip, your core, everything, shoulders, to do that exercise, all right? Excellent exercise on its own. If you want to just get a quick workout in, clean and presses, alternating those is excellent. This is how you do it, all right? First off, as I catch my breath a little bit here, it'll get your heart rate up. All right, so first one is the clean part. We got to get the clean. We got to hit the bell from the ground to the rack position. Okay, there's 3 ways you can do that. There's the cheat clean, the floor clean, and the swing clean, all right? If you're just starting out, I recommend doing the cheat clean. Get that bell going from the ground to the rack. Get it up from the ground to the rack position, because I want you to focus on rolling that bell around, not flopping it. That's how you bang the wrist, bang your wrist. You want it to roll around into that rack position, okay? So hand underneath, guide it up into the rack position, okay? So make sure that you're rolling it around. Roll your wrist, palm up, palm down as you pull your elbow back, okay? As I look from the side, down, see how my elbow pulls back to get into that rack position, okay? Next one's gonna be the floor clean, or the dead clean, it's known as well. So it's just like a deadlift. but you're dead cleaning it from the floor to the rack position. You take out your cheat hand and you're just pulling it up. Okay, this is going to involve a lot of glute power, ab power, and explosiveness to get that bell into that position. Okay, you have to really pull that elbow back and really roll it around. And when you do that, bell should be about your toes. You pull, and one key tip here is zip up your jacket, like you're zipping up the jacket, okay? And then you're unzipping it on the way down. Zip up, zip down, zip up, zip down. Looks just like this. Sit up here, inhale, hold your breath, abs tight, and as you power it up, you're powering it up with your breath. Zip up, zip down, zip up, zip down. Roll around. It should sit nicely in that rack position without banging your wrist. Down, or zip up, zip down. Jack it up, jack it down. Okay, that's the dead clean. Okay, from there you could clean. If you want to just combine those two, clean, press, dead cleaning each time, you could do that with your press. Clean, press. Set again, dead clean. And repeat, okay? Just like that. Overhead. All right. That's going to that's going to take the momentum out of it, which is part of the next swing option, number 3, which is the swing clean, okay? You have to first get down, hiking the ball back, and cleaning it up. Generally, I would recommend doing a one-arm swing before you get into the swing clean option. But this is how it looks when you're at that point. Ball's going to be foot space away, just like you're doing a swing. It's more on the side of your cleaning hand. So for me, it's going to be this hand, the right hand. You're going to tip it back, hike it back, and same thing applies. Power it up, zip up the jacket, zip it down, pulling that elbow back, just like this. And this time you hike it back into the back position and reclean it. Okay, letting it drop down, not throwing it forward, because then you have to chase it. If you have to chase it, at some point that load is going to go to somewhere. Usually it's the lower back. So just drop it, move your elbow out of the way. Clean it just like that. So elbow out of the way, drop, nice and smooth. And from there, you can continue. You could do your presses. Okay. Clean, press. Down, reclean, press. Make sure each clean is done well. Focus on clean, then press. Clean, then press if you're going to do that. Because the better your clean, the stronger your press is going to be. Woo! All right, that's the clean and press. Now we're on to the press part. So once you clean that bell up, now you've generated all that energy up into that rack position. Now it's time to press the bell. So how do you do that? Okay, so first off, you go heart rate down a little bit. First off, you want to make sure your clean is solid. Practice the clean. Start with the cheat clean, then the dead clean, then the swing clean. Once you have that down, you transfer energy. Once you get into the rack position, you're going to lock. Okay, first step to the clean press, clean, then lock. Pull down, grip strong, quads, glutes, knees, everything's locked in. Squeezing this other fist. And then from here, step 3 is the press. You power up into that press. The key with the press is it's not straight up in front of you. It's not out here to the side. That's putting your shoulder in a vulnerable position. Going way out here, you want it in that socket. So the middle ground is where you want to be. Right in between, you want to go slight J movement. The key tip here I want to share with you is when you're doing the press, you want to roll your shoulder blade around, down, and up. Okay, here and up, but not going all the way back and up. It's just shoulder blade back, shoulder blade in, and up to that L position. Okay, so I'll show you from the side what that looks like, or from the back actually. So after you clean that bell, okay, then you totally back, up overhead. Straight arm, fully locked elbow, fully straighten arm. And then you pull it down, and then you can reclean it. Press it back up. Pull it down, and then you repeat the process. All right? Watch this press as I go into that J movement. Okay, clean. Squeeze in your hand, squeeze in the bell, fully locking the elbow out, activating that tricep, fully straight arm, as close to your ear as possible. If you need to work on that mobility, that's something you can do. I'll do another video with that later on. But right now, just go as high as you can. Then as you pull down from the press, you're pulling, control, 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 just like you're doing a pull-up, okay? And then you repeat with clean press, okay? One thing you don't want to do is, on the press, you don't want to just drop it, okay? That is a kettlebell jerk. That's a different exercise. This is a kettlebell press, a military press, okay? So controlling it down is important. Plus, when you really slow and control that bell down, you're activating more muscle fibers because it's the eccentric phase, or the lowering part against gravity, that actually gives you more strength, develops more strength and benefit than just the concentric, the pressing part. Right, just a key tip there. So really control it down every time you press it. Press strong, control down strong. Press strong, squeezing this fist, everything's tight. It's a full body exercise. Pulling down, pressing up, pulling down, and repeating. Cleaning, pressing, continuing that. That's the cleaning press. That's how you put it together. Okay. One last tip with that I want to leave you before I go to the get up is transitioning the energy from the clean to the press, and what you need to focus on when you do that. Once you clean that bell up, you got all that power, you generate all that power from the clean. Before you press it, I don't want you to just clean and try to press it. I want you to lock, channel the energy to the ground, drive your heels into the ground. That's going to lock the energy you just generated, and then you power it up. That's going to make the kettlebell press even easier because you're channeling the energy you just generated from your clean. You'll feel it too. So just when you do it, you'll know you did a good clean. If the press is a little bit easier, it seems lighter than it actually is. Okay, a strong press, lock down, looks like this. I'll show you with the dead clean. Lock, press it up. Even pause briefly, all right? Pause briefly. Pause, press. Pull it down, and you just repeat that, all right? Good. All right. Now, we're on to one of my favorite exercises, the kettlebell get up. The kettlebell get up is an exercise that you can't replicate or do with anything else. I mean, you could do a barbell get up. That's a lot more complicated. The weight's spread out. I've seen that before. Most people are going to do that. You're probably not going to go there. The kettlebell get up is so unique in what it provides and what you can do with it, and the benefits that you can gain from it, that I'd recommend doing it consistently, routinely, as part of your overall core program. That's why I do it consistently. That's why I put it in my programs. It does take some time to learn. That's why you're here. I'm going to show you how to get that set up. And then if you want more in-depth, completely focused on the get up, I have a video on that. I'll leave that link in the description. Right now, I'm going to break it down for you. All right. First off, if you're wearing a hat and it's backwards, put it forward because you're going to be sitting, you're going to be lying back. Okay, so the kettlebell get up. Let's set up with the tips for that one. So the kettlebell get up is something you want to take your time with. In fact, the longer you take during the get up, the more you're going to get out of it, because it's increasing your time under tension. And the time under tension means longer time where your muscles are under load, under strain, and they're going to have to develop and strengthen to meet that time that you're increasing under tension. So in short, Go slow with your get-ups. Slower the get-ups, the better. So, setting it up. Okay, you want to have the kettlebell on the side where you are getting up with it. So, you want it right by your hip. So, if I'm going to go on my right side, it's right by my hip here. Okay, I'm lying back, bell's right here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate to the side in this position. Is this a child's pose or what is this position? It's kind of like a yoga one. You finish with that one. Anyway, so you go into that position, bell's by your hip. Okay, it shouldn't be way up here by your shoulder. It should be right by your hip. Okay, because the next move you're gonna roll it into position right here. Okay, and it sits there. Okay, now you take your other hand and your chest and you squeeze the bell, you press it into position, holding it overhead, locked out and engaged. Fully locked elbow, fully packed shoulder in the socket. Okay, this is where a lot of people have issues, and what the challenge is with the kettlebell roll up. That's the next part. Okay, I'm going to show you how that looks from this side. It's a better angle. So once you're in that kettlebell position, come to the side, roll it. Okay, this foot's planted, this one's up, you press it overhead. Okay, remember, bent knee is the same side with the kettlebell. You want to have starfish position, so this position, straight up and down, legs are locked by your side here. This leg, about 45 degrees out, you're taking this hand, okay? You're putting it right here, you're gonna find your hip, bend at the elbow, the 45-degree angle, and right back out. And you're gonna pretend you have a stick in the ground, and you're pulling yourself that way, rotating, not pushing, but rolling onto this position, this side with the hand, with the stick in the ground here, just like that, okay? You should be locked in here, always looking up at the bow, pressing back up into that position, the locked position. Then from here, if you're just starting with this get up, I recommend breaking this into two parts. It's a sweep, okay? You're going from here to here. What I want you to do is break that into two parts, okay? So feet together, and then you're gonna take this knee that's on the ground on your non-kettlebell side and shift it to your hand that's planted. Shift it out. That's gonna get you into that position, okay, for the get up. Then from here, hinge down, hinge up, and then what I recommend, where you have knee issues or not, is sweeping the foot around, and then in that lunge position, you stand tall, lock those glutes, abs tight, everything's engaged, fully straight arm, and then back, fully soft knee, sweep that foot around. You should have a 90-degree angle, find your hip. You're looking to back up that bow, just go right by your knee, shift your weight, okay, and then this foot goes down again, sit, so reversing the sweep, and then foot out, then onto the elbow, and then you're gonna slowly press yourself down into that position. I was a little tight there because I ran into the wall there, but when you're doing that, I'm gonna show you how to do that without a weight. Okay, so what you wanna do is you're gonna grab a shoe or something that's gonna make sure you're vertical in that position. Okay, I'm gonna grab, so it's a yoga block here. So anything that's flat and you have to really challenge that vertical position. So once you get that bow, or in this case, the shoe or block overhead with the fist, you plant it on there. Okay, this forces you to get into that strong vertical position and maintain it, because this will fall off if you do not. Okay, find your hip hinge or your 45-degree angle. Come out, remember, stick in the ground. You're gonna be rolling this way. So you're gonna roll. So what I want you to focus on here is rolling. I want you to do a couple rolls this way. Roll this way. Okay, roll, roll. Because you're gonna roll onto the elbow. It's the same movement. Okay. Okay, what you don't want to do is try to crunch up. It's not a crunch. Okay, it's a roll. You are using your abs and your core, but you're rolling into it. Okay, so plant that hand, firmly to the ground. Roll, pull onto this hand with the stick, just like you're putting up a stick. Your elbows planted into the ground. Your lat on this planted arm is really engaged. Down, pull up. Okay, this leg should be straight, flexed, not pointed, flexed. Okay, looking up at that bell. Plant this leg, readjust if you need to. Press from this hand into the next position onto your hand. Okay, always keeping your look at the bell or the shoe or the block. Okay, feet together. Slowly, this is going to force you to be nice and slow. Pull that hip out, keep your arm vertical. And then you're going to hinge back up, 90-degree angle, sweep, and then stand up tall from the lunge. All the way up. Oh, see, my arm was a little vertical there. I mean, not lost the vertical. So you want to go nice and slow from the bottom to the standing tall so that you do not drop the shoe or the block. Same thing on the way down. Back, slow, sweep around, looking back up at the block or the shoe, finding your hip hinge, hinging, should have that 90-degree angle. If you have that, it's perfect. You slide your hand down your thigh, the floor, the ground is right there. You look back up that shoe, block or bell, shift your hips forward. What I like to do is slightly shift my foot out a little bit because I know I'm going to need that. And then I sweep. You could either bring it together and straight out, or you can go right into the sweep. See, got to stay focused on it. Sweep through. And then you're in this position. You know you're in the right position when your arm is fully straight, your lats on this planted side are locked. And then you just roll down and roll slowly, abs engaged, into the position, and then you sit it down. All right, just make sure you have no space. You don't have a wall getting in the way. I had to kind of cram in because of the video. But if you want further, really detailed breakdown of the get up, I just show you how to do it, summed it up for you. But if you want that, I have that in the description as well. All right, fully get up, how to do it, A to Z, the ultimate guide. Next up, we have the last exercise, which is the kettlebell chest press. This is not a common kettlebell exercise that's out there. The first ones are the swing, the deadlift, the swing, the clean and press, the goblet squat, and the get up. But the chest press, I added this in because it's one of my favorite exercises and way to train my chest with the kettlebell, and you can do it with one bell. Okay, there's two options because a lot of the kettlebell training doesn't really, it's focusing on more vertical, so more shoulder training. But if you want to train your chest, you don't have to, I mean, you could do push-ups, but if you want to use a bell, this is how you do it, and this is how you develop a strong chest. So what you're going to do is you have two options. You have a 2-arm chest press, holding the bell with both hands and squeezing the bell and pressing it this way. And I'll show you each one with the 1-arm chest press, okay, with that single bell. If you have 2 bells, you could do double bell chest press. That's a whole other video. This is just with 1 bell. So the first one's going to be let's get this out of the way. So it's going to be the double 2-arm chest press. So with this one, you're going to lie the bell back down, okay, handles facing you. You're going to lie back. Okay, you're going to tilt that bell upside down onto the handle, grabbing the handles and hooking your thumbs inside of the handles and grabbing the base of the bell with the rest of your hand. Okay, tilting it back. This is important here. Pay attention. You're going to bring the bell right here, so it's going to come across your face. So make sure you have strong hold on that bell, abs engaged. And once you're here, you're going to go into that chest press. So grab, tilt, lock, pull it over. Okay, squeezing that handle, pressing your hands in strong together. That's going to engage more chest. Internally pressurizing your hands, squeezing that bell, and then inhale. And as you press up, you exhale, press, control it down, press, you control it down, slow and control. Just tap your chest, don't rest it on there. Press, control it down, control, and then control. Do 5 to 6 to 8 reps, maybe 10, but don't go to failure. Because you have a bell, you need to set down. So what do you do when you set it down? After you do your last set, You bring it here. You're going to slowly just lay it to the side. Make sure you have space to do that. I do not recommend bringing it over the head again because you're fatigued. You could risk dropping on your face, and trust me, no matter what size of the bell, you do not want that. So bring it and lay it to the side. All right, so the next kettlebell chest press exercise is the one-arm chest press. So you remember what we did on the setup for the get up? Similar with the chest press. So the first step is just like you would do a get up, you roll here, you hook your hand under here, and you go into that same position, okay? So from here, you're gonna chest press it. So take this hand away. You wanna make sure your abs are engaged, make sure you're in a strong position. You can open your hands, it's sitting there, it bows right onto your fingers and hooked in between your fingers. Abs engaged, locked in. And as you exhale, you're gonna squeeze this fist, glutes engaged, lower back on the ground. Make sure it's flat on the ground, abs are engaged, and you inhale, exhale as you press it up. Just like that, fully locked elbow, and then pull it down, pause on the ground, press it up. Again, pull down, pause, press it up. Okay, so the bell should be slightly pointed back on the way up. Your wrist should be almost pointed towards the sky, just slightly at an angle. Not the sky, the wall in front of you. And then as you control it down, you pause. Okay, your hands face the other opposite wall, and the bell is facing that way. And then you press it back up. Okay, repeat your reps until you're done, and then you finish. You bring it down, you pause, and then just like the get up, you go back and you lay it down. Okay, that is the one-arm chest press. That's how you do the one-arm chest press. Then you would repeat it on the other side. So those are my top 7 kettlebell exercises. Well, I guess you could count 8 because there's 2 different chest press exercises. 9 if you separate the clean and press, but I like to combine those. Those are the top 7. My top 7 best kettlebell exercises to get you strong, to get you fit, and get you developing that strong athletic body that moves well, that feels well, that has energy, that feels strong each and every day with one kettlebell. All right. So thanks for watching my video. Let me know what you liked about it. Let me know the one exercise that you want to start doing or that you're doing that's on this list and your number one takeaway from that in the comments below. All right. Share this with someone you know who can benefit from this video that's doing kettlebell training and wants to know, what do I do with kettlebells? There's so many things you can do that I see out there on YouTube, on videos, but hey, stick with the core, the basics, the foundations, and you build from there. That's what the key is, okay? And before I forget, speaking of kettlebell training, I have a 10-minute full body kettlebell exercise workout you can do in 10 minutes, absolutely free, in the description. All you need is one bell, a couple of these exercises. And if you need help with that, let me know in the comments below. I'll help you with the coaching with that. But it's absolutely free. Grab that here, or KB10 in the comments. I'll shoot that over to you. You can get started training with the kettlebell in as little as 10 minutes with one bell, no excuses. As long as you got 10 minutes, you have time to train, because that's what it's all about, is consistency, no matter what, getting it done. Again, thanks for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know what you liked about it in the comments below and what you want to take away from this video. Share it with someone you know. If you want to know when I go live again, which hint, hint, I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or every day. I've been going live this week, and I do it also one workout a week on usually Wednesdays. You know, when that drops and you're ready, you can jump into that and do that with me. Subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Check it out here. Continue to train strong, show up for yourself, get at it, be consistent, and never give up. And I'm here to help you along the way to get strong, to get fit with the kettlebell, doing it correctly and safely. Have an awesome day. See you in the next video. And you know what? Continue to train strong.